says preview. Oh, I don't have it to set automatically go live, so I have to hit go live. Oh, that is so cool. So now I can hit go live instead of wondering when it goes live. That is so cool. So we are live. Welcome everybody, and welcome Justin and HD Scooter 100 and Eric PPG Lear. They're all in the chat. I guess I'm in the chat too, so I'll say hello to myself. Who do we have in here? We got Flying Flamingo Jade, Eric Lear, JP Tulo, and we got PPG Pooh Bear. What's up, guys? So we don't have a guest tonight. All we're doing is talking paramotors. It's like we're just getting together after a great day of flying, and there's a barbecue pit here, and we're gonna have a beer and talk paramotors. Sound good to y'all?
Sounds good.
Yeah, actually, there's that. Hold on, HD. Hold on. He has a question.
Oh, okay.
HD Scooter 100. I have a question. I went through training. Nothing said about using trims, landing a trike. Have any suggestions? Well, you have quite a few trike flyers right here in the panel. And so I guess if you were taking off, you know, your instructor either has you at mid trim or trim all the way in. And it's going to be the same when you're landing, but also you can use your throttle a little bit to give yourself a little bit more of a flare. You're going to be coming in a little faster. I know that I use my trims all the way in when I land. I use my throttle when I land, and I use a lot of brake for my flare. And you can grease those landings in quite smooth. And I think Jade does the same thing. So I hope that answers your question.
Well, also JP, he went out and flew for the first time at the Bad Apples fly-in, right? And do you remember what you did as far as your trims? I mean, did you even look at your trims?
Yeah, I messed around with them a little bit. I think for the landing, I just left them at the neutral setting, and like Eric said, it's just a balance of throttle and brake, and you can just get it just right. And it's nice having the wheels because you don't have to worry about coming in too fast. All you're worrying about is your descent rate, and you just make it as slow as you can with the amount of area you have to work with. And you just, you balance the throttle and the flare, and just, it's just a feel. And if you're not getting it right away, just give it time. It'll come to you.
And I saw your first flight. That was really good. I mean, you were up there. Your takeoff was amazing. I didn't even see it.
Oh, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were buzzing around for a while before you came in. And when you came in and you were kiting the wing, and you just drove it over and dropped it over like you've been flying trikes forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It's fun, and I think kiting a lot, definitely gives you an advantage if you've got the opportunity to get out there and kite in some steady wind. It definitely isn't going to hurt the cause. I brought it down on the runway at one point, and kited it down the entire runway, and with the wheels, it's just is fun. So when you can tie in the hand coordination into your feet and what you're doing with the front wheel, and then balance that with the throttle, so you've got 3 different things going on at least at once. If you can balance all those things together, it really makes for a magical experience.
Absolutely. I just looked back here at the chat. It looks like Never Trust the Skinny Chef Shane jumped in. Slow Days, John Wayne, Paramotor NC, Charles Walsh. Let's see, anybody else? It looks like there's a lot of talking in here, so welcome everybody. Will Fly, not only is he on the panel here, but he's also talking in the chat, so that's awesome. So is JP Tulo. Sweet, everybody's chatting. I love it. So like I said, tonight we do not have a guest. We're just talking paramotors, and it looks like we got 6 people in here, including myself. Will Fly just jumped in. What's up, Will Fly?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Sorry about that. I see that you're about to drink. Go ahead and take a drink. It's all right.
That's all right, man. Yeah, I'm doing good. Absolutely. I'm not doing as good as JP is with his little kitty cat there.
That
There's
is that
seven
the
of
one
us,
that
including
is that the one that made you get like 2 million views on TikTok?
this one didn't get 2 million. She got, which did we use you in a video yet? I don't know if we have her in a video yet. She was in the drawer.
Well, welcome.
Oh yes, that was her. Oh
That's the one that petted you, right? And the one that you got 2 million views?
no, that was a different one.
Oh, okay.
That was the
She
dryer
was-
one, wasn't it?
Not the dryer one. She was the one in the desk drawer, apparently. Which I can show you if you guys.
How many cats do you have?
We do a foster thing. So when kittens come in and
Okay.
lose their parents, we bring them back, nurse them to health. So we have quite a few.
So
You
you
know, they
nurse them
come
to
and go.
health and make them popular in TikTok.
What's that?
You make them popular in TikTok and feed and clothe them, right?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
feed them, clothe them, and then hopefully find them, foster parents. That's kind of the point too, is getting them and the foster system some acknowledgement to get them a family. So
You need to take them up on one of your paramotor adventures, and that would really get the message out there pretty quick.
absolutely, I've thought about it. Not gonna lie.
And then let them have a little parachute and go shoo.
So this is one I was just holding right here.
So for people that are listening to this on iTunes, what's going on?
I'm stressed out at work, so I reach into my top drawer at work and I grab a bottle of liquor and I move it out of the way and I pull a kitten out.
Oh,
I put the kitten in the mug, and that's the kitten that I was just holding, when she was a baby. So
Oh, eyes aren't even open.
no, that she was fresh.
so how do people get to this if they want to see this later on, if they're listening to this podcast?
Look me up on TikTok or Instagram at JP Tulo, or if you're on the web, www.jptulo.com.
I make a lot of videos now. Do you do a lot of paramotor videos on TikTok, or just mostly, or what do you do?
It's probably like 50-50 between paramotor and pet stuff, animal stuff. Maybe slightly leaning towards paramotor stuff. It depends what kind of, content I got at the moment. But yeah, looking at it now, I'd say it's slightly leaning towards flying content. It's just whatever. I try not to make a video unless it's relatively interesting. So if I got a good clip, I'll put it up. So there's a lot of just flying around with friends, whatever. If I see a cool shot and I'm able to, splice in some, some nice music with it, I'll throw it up. So I don't know if you guys can hear the music on these right now.
No, if it's music, then YouTube will yell at me.
Yeah, oh, gotcha.
So it's good that you don't have it on there right now. Well, that's cool. We also got PPG Pooh Bear, and you've been making some string life stuff. I see that in your background. How's that been going?
Been going pretty good. We got some nice sized window stickers made. They're available on the website, String Life website, ppgstringlife.com. And we got some videos of me screwing up on there and learning how to do stuff. And we're making some new videos on repairs that we're making along the way. Got a new prop repair video coming up soon, and we'll have that up as soon as we can.
Is that you that I see on this picture on the website?
Let's see.
Oh, you can't see it? Okay. Yeah, it is you. I know it's you. I just wanted you to say, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, that's me.
I see you and your pretty wife smiling at us. How's she doing, by the way?
She is working her bottom off.
Yeah.
She's trying to get the cosmetic business up and going and successful, so she can follow her dream. She works full time in the factory too, so she's just chugging like a choo-choo.
I hear you. Well, awesome, man. Anything else going on in your life? Anything else fun and entertaining that we want to chat about?
No, that's probably about it. Trying to wait for the weather to get to where I can get some more kiting done, and just trying to keep some skills so I can get up in the air.
And hopefully swing by over here this weekend if you get the chance, so we can continue to work on our paramotor builds. We're working on designing paramotors and trikes, so it's really interesting. You think that, oh, it's just a hoop, it's just a net, you know, you just slap on an engine and go for a ride. It's a lot more engineering than I thought originally. And looks like I'm going to be the one that is going to be the test dummy flying up in the air and testing these rigs out. So, woohoo! It's always fun. So, Will Fly, you've been putting out some pretty good videos. What's been new with you, bud?
The Moster mostly has been new, and man, I've been loving that thing. Absolutely loving it. I sure wish I'd have done that a long time ago.
So you've been flying Atom 80, right?
Atom 80.
For the first part of your flying career. Yep. And then just recently you decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get a Moster 185, and you've been flying that, and I bet you haven't touched that Atom 80 since.
No, I haven't touched it, and actually I sold that to Nick Griffith.
Oh, okay.
Perfect for that. And I'm anxious to go flying with him as soon as I can. And so anyways, I'm thinking about putting together a little video about the transition, but coming from a different angle. Everyone, I mean, you guys know about me going down in the creek.
I was there. I helped you out.
You did. You sure did. Well, JP was there. I'm not sure.
JP was there. He was videoing. He thought it was funny.
He was laughing. He was just looking for good content. I know.
Yeah, he was.
No, not only was he in the background, he actually got
real good content.
Yeah. No, you don't understand. Like, I stepped down into that creek. I put up my camera because there were some few people coming by, and right away,
I know,
splashing into the water. I could not have timed it any better. It's not like I had been standing in that creek for an hour waiting for something to happen. It was like I went down and it happened. It was just like,
well, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. One of the thoughts in the back of my head, well, forefront maybe, was, dang, man, that was JP Tulo. He got it all.
Yeah.
But along those lines, you know, there's an aspect of it that I really hadn't given much thought about, and that is the power and the safety of having the extra power. I believe that I would not have gone down in that creek if I had that Moster. I believe I'd have punched right through that turbulence, and it would have given me the oomph that I needed. Now, I'm not blaming the Atom.
I agree with that.
I put myself in that situation. I wasn't surprised that I was flying an Atom 80, right? So full responsibility for that. But there was another situation that came up recently, and I was flying a new area. This was in Ohio, JP, and I wanted to fly this field. So I did a flyover to, you know, just check for obstacles, power lines, you know, anything that would hurt me. And yeah, everything looked good. So on my way, after I did that, I went and checked out another field, which I was familiar with, and kind of tooled around and came back over the trees to that new field that I just checked out and cleared. And as I came up over the trees and I turned left, right in front of me was a freaking power line.
Oh my goodness.
They sneak up on you.
Man, but I had cleared this, you know, so there's a moral to that. Just because you clear a field doesn't mean you can't make a mistake. and
Right.
missed something that you thought you cleared. So maybe checking it out twice or whatever.
When you said cleared, does that mean that you went out there earlier and checked everything out, or
I didn't
you did-
walk it. I flew over it
Okay.
and checked it out at a safe altitude. But again, that lesson learned, right? That which doesn't kill us. No, that which doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right?
Right.
But anyways, that's the same kind of thing. First of all, when you see one power line, you're not 100% sure if that's the upper power line or the lower power line. It was the upper power line. So of course I gunned it and right over it. I would not have had that option with the Atom. I was just too close, and I was even lifting my feet. The lifting the feet, that's just kind of a second nature type thing. I don't know if it would have done any good or not, but
No, I mean, lifting up your feet, it changes that angle of your thrust to push you up.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. So I am tickled pink with my Moster.
And just so people know, you weigh how much?
150.
So you weigh 150, you've been flying the Atom 80, and you would rather fly with the 185 than the 80.
Absolutely. I spend much less time on the ground. And that's another safety thing. I mean, if something's going to happen to you on launch, and for me anyways, it's probably going to involve like a trip or, so the more contact I have with the ground, just kind of, there's more time for things to go wrong. And hey, that is where I am right now, though. Am I flying? So, I mean, maybe a brand new pilot, maybe I'd think differently. But yeah, I spend a lot less time on the ground. Boom, I'm off the ground and flying.
Now, did you keep the same frame and just swap motors, or you got a whole new paramotor to get all together?
I got a whole new paramotor. I could have swapped frames, but I opted for the Power to Fly Titan and titanium, and I've had good luck with titanium in the past. Of course, the Maverick, that is too. So yeah, I'm loving my paramotor.
Now, I know that a lot of people would, if they're 150 pounds, they'd rather go with an Atom 80 because it's lighter. What do you feel the difference is? What do you feel the difference is? Not the actual weight itself, but how does it feel? Does it feel heavier? Does it feel stronger? Does it feel more top heavy? How does it feel differently?
It definitely feels heavier. There's no question about it. I mean, it's a heavier motor. The Moster is, well, let me just say, the Atom 80, it's quieter. It's much better on fuel economy and less vibration, but the Moster has more power. So yeah, it's a give and take on that. And although it's heavier on my back when I first put it on, the fact that I spend less time launching means the weight goes away much quicker.
Interesting. Okay. The rest of you on the panel, I know that PPG Pooh Bear flies an Atom 80, but the rest of you guys, you fly at least a 185, right? You don't fly an Atom 80 or anything like that?
I'm not sure. I have flown an Atom 80,
Yeah.
and I agree with what Will said. It's much easier on your back. It's much better on fuel economy. It's much quieter, less vibrations. But for me, the takeoff run was probably at least twice as long, and the rate of climb was just wasn't good for me. I mean, and I'm at like 210, so I can see why it would be the perfect choice for some people, but for a bigger pilot on a smaller wing, I don't think that's the ticket exactly. Depending on what your mission is. Everybody has a different mission when they go flying.
Right.
Are you doing cross country? Are you going up for an acro run, down, back up again? Are you just going around staying low, carving through trees? It all depends on what your mission is. But if you need lots of power for climb rate, and you're a bigger guy, I don't think that Atom's the right choice. But I think it is the right choice for a lot of people. It just depends on the pilot, and it depends on your goals. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, sometimes you want to take a Corvette for a ride. Sometimes you want to take the,
yeah,
you know what I mean? The station wagon,
yeah,
depending on what
exactly.
your goals are in life. Not that the Atom 80 is a station wagon. Okay. I love that motor. Let me be clear about that. It's just been everything that I expected that motor to provide, it did. So I was ready for a little more power.
I wish the Moster was as smooth as the Atom 80 is.
Yeah, I know. I've often said I wish they had an Atom 185.
Yeah, no kidding. I wouldn't even care if it were a little bit heavier than the typical Moster. Like if I could sacrifice some weight for that smoothness, and maybe even have it a little bit quieter, because that Moster vibrates. It's like if you don't put Loctite on stuff, it's gonna rattle itself to death.
And it's loud. Even when you repack
loud.
the silencer, it's still so much louder than the 80.
Just so long as it's not louder than my music, I'm all right.
I've been flying around with the Bose, the Bose, the what do you call it? The little earbuds noise canceling. And before that, I used to put in earplugs and my ear cups over the top of it. And since I got these Bose noise canceling earbuds, it's been so much quieter and so much more relaxing. And it's easier to hear, easier to talk and understand what's going on, when I'm on the phone with other people. On that note, do you guys use some sort of noise canceling, or do you use like the Sena, or how do you listen to things? Either music or talking to other people. How do you do that, and what do you use? Anybody?
I don't have.
You don't
I've thought about putting like AirPods inside of my ear cups.
Yeah.
Never really got around to doing it. I'm not real big on listening to music. I understand why some people are. I'm with as many issues as I've had. I really prefer to hear the engine and hear what's going on, and it bothers me when I can't do that. And I'm not dogging anybody that prefers music, because I get that. I wish I could just relax and just let everything phase everything else out and just enjoy the music, but that's not my personality. I guess I can't enjoy it because I'm worried about something happening, or whatever.
Right.
I'm kind of the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're the same way. Now, do you put in earplugs with the cups on, or do you just have the cups, or how do you keep the noise out?
And we got the gel cups. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I guess half the time I'm wearing a headband, so it kind of ruins the seal around my ear. But I've tried them with my earbuds in. Halfway through, one of them fell out. But it was still in the cup, So I was like, I'm done with that. So I'll play music once I get up in the air a little bit, but that's about it.
Kent Stamey in the chat says, if you keep dropping the weight, you can trade it in for a 50cc. I've tried my 80. I do have Atom 80, and I do have the Moster 185. I tried the 80, but I just ran forever, couldn't get any lift. Matter of fact, this last Sunday I went for a flight, topped off my gas tanks, so 5 gallons were in there, and we had a nice little breeze. But as soon as I took off, it's like the climb rate was just so incredibly slow. I know if I tried to do that with the 80, I wouldn't have even been able to get off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
John Wayne in the chat said he wants to hear the motor. That makes sense. Justin Lewensky, did I say that right?
Big Lewandowski.
Lewandowski. Okay, yeah. The micro avionics headset, you can answer phone calls and listen to music. Pretty cool. Okay, that's neat.
I have the micro avionics headset, and from what I've from what I understand, the music was not very loud in it, but I think that the newer microavionic headset, someone said that their music was much louder. So, hey, I don't know. I'm a big fan of this right here.
What's that?
That style that clips over your ear. It's just a Bluetooth dongle. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I see it.
But I like the fact that that goes inside the ear. So, I mean, it kind of automatically blocks out the ambient noise, and, you know, I can hear my music.
Has anybody else tried the noise canceling earbuds before? I really can't believe that no one has, because the difference is night and day. I mean, it's, I see PPG Smoke, you know, with their $1,000, you know, headsets, it's noise canceling and stuff. But the Bose, I put them in there with the normal cups over, and it's like, it sounds like I'm in my car driving. I mean, I can barely hear anything. It's really awesome. Anybody else have a noise canceling headset that they use?
I'd sure like to try it.
Yeah.
You're talking about the standalone little ear pods, right?
They have, you know, they have cable, whatever they are. They're similar to the regular corded ones, so they are corded, and then they got the little switch that you turn on, and you have to charge it because it's actually noise canceling, not noise muffling or whatever they call it.
And music comes through that too?
Yeah, I plug it into my phone, so I can take phone calls and I can listen to music and do whatever I want to on my phone.
So now, do you also wear your headset over that?
Yes. Yeah, the cups.
So that's probably similar to what Will is doing.
Yeah. There's one other thing that, I'm sorry, Eric. Go ahead.
No, I'm pretty much done. Thank you.
Okay. I just love listening to music when I fly. I started doing it, and now I can't fly without it. But there is a little bit of a caveat there. As a pilot, you know, you're kind of tuned to the motor, and when something doesn't sound right, you pick up on it real quick.
Yeah.
Listening to music kind of messes with that just a little bit. I guess with the Moster, if the vibration stops, you can pretty much figure something's wrong. But I don't know.
I know. I mean, you can almost feel everything that you need to know on your back. I mean, you don't even need to hear it. You can just feel if something's going wrong. Sean Esker is in the chat. Shannon Brooks said, "Nice video, by the way." I think it's the video of Sunday with all the clouds. That was freaking awesome. I loved it. Mad Sloper, what's happening? All slow days. John Wayne. Anybody else in here Jared Hurley PPG, can you talk on the phone using the Bose? Yes, it's actually a phone. It's for your phone. I actually got the adapter, so it plugs into my phone. I got the chest mount, so I have the earbuds in, cups over it. I got a I don't think I have any over here, but it's like some sort of foam that I can put around it, so when I'm flying, you don't hear the wind blowing, and I can talk perfectly fine. They can hear me, and it sounds like I'm in my car, they said. So it has some pretty good noise canceling.
So that's not Bluetooth?
No, I didn't get the Bluetooth. I got the corded. I got the corded on purpose because the Bluetooth are just the little buds with the microphone right here, right? With the Bose, with the cord, they can come down, you know, it comes down here, and then the microphone is right here in front of me. So that way, when I'm talking, I can talk with the microphone, and it's not up here in the cup. Getting closer to my PPG SP140. Cool. I love those battery electric paramotors. Those are so awesome. When are you supposed to get it? I think
We're waiting for him to answer that. The microavionics, the music for ours is pretty good. We can hear it. Jade and I found that the radio going back and forth, we hear a lot of motor noise, but when we use the cell phones, crystal clear.
Oh, it's like that other time that I was using these right here, just the normal iPhone earbuds, and then the microphone. I wrapped some foam around it so it cut the wind noise. And you guys were you on the Zoom when I was flying?
Yeah, we couldn't even hear your motor at all.
Didn't
Yeah.
even know. So amazing. That's why I like the corded personally.
So how loud is the music, Eric? Loud enough to
loud
hear
enough
over the
that
motor?
You can hear it, but it's
Not very loud.
not loud enough to where it's hurting your ears.
Is the phone call the same way for you?
Phone calls a lot louder.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does the music come from? Your phone? Is it Bluetooth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't there a setting on your phone that adjusts your level so it's not blowing your eardrums out? If you change that, I think that you can hear your music louder. That's one of the things that, is it an iPhone that you're using?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a setting on your iPhone that they make it for Bluetooth that keeps it from being loud on purpose. If you go to settings, and I'm not sure exactly where that is. I'm sure it's under sound someplace. You can change that to where you Bluetooth and you can hear the whole thing. They don't keep it at a certain decibel. If you guys know where that is offhand.
Settings, Bluetooth, but you click on settings and then Bluetooth and then your individual, whatever your, Bluetooth, whatever it is you're trying to, there's a little eye next to it and you click on the eye, I think, and that's where you can specify the type of Bluetooth device it is. I think the one you're looking for, Sean, is the other.
Yeah, it's the one that actually controls the sound, and I don't know where that is offhand. It's one, maybe it's in general, but I can't remember where that is. But
Yeah, the last
actually,
time I adjusted that, I had the alarm going off at 1:30 in the morning.
it's not the alarm. No, it's a setting that keeps the level, to where it doesn't hurt your ears. But if you have a cup and you're flying, you need that extra noise, you need that extra music or that extra volume. And I can't remember where that is offhand, but it's out there someplace. So if you know where that is, guys, post it in the chat for us, please.
Okay, so along those lines, I had my Bluetooth earphones connected, and I continually was getting a warning on my phone that, okay, you've exceeded the whatever recommended time and volume for whatever. So it would automatically adjust the volume down. But if I went into the settings, Bluetooth, and I clicked on the little eye next to that device, there's a device type that you can click on. And by changing that to other, it made it consistently loud. So the other thing maybe is something to do with accessibility.
Oh, other, maybe that's it. Yeah, I see where that is on there. Maybe it is other. I think it's something else too. I just can't remember because I changed it.
It's called reduce loudness. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Where is that? Do you know where that is?
Give me a second.
I think that's accessibility.
Yeah, it's an accessibility. It's like a protection thing.
Headphone. Yeah, it's under headphone safety. Reduce loud sounds, and you turn that off. Where is that? Sounds and hepatics.
Sounds and what? Say that 10 times fast.
No, I don't want to.
Haptics.
Yeah, then it's headphone safety. Is that it? Headphone safety? Oh, Shannon Brooks. It's under sound and hepatica? Is that what she said?
Haptics?
Yeah, I see that now. Okay, so
I just noticed on mine, I had under Bluetooth, under micro avionics, I clicked that little eye. And under device, I had mine, it was checked under car stereo. So I put it under headphones. So that's probably why I couldn't hear some of it, but I'm lost as to where you guys are at.
Let's see. It looks like you go to reduce loud sounds, and you can search for it when you open up your settings. At the very top of settings, just type in.
Yep, I'm there. Headphone safety.
Yeah, that's it. Headphone safety.
Yeah, I had that off too, so I flipped that on. Headphone notification.
Reduce loud sounds I have off under headphone audio. Where's headphone audio? Reduce loud sounds. And I have that off. Just too many settings. I mean, why don't they just let it go all the way up? And if we want it loud, we want it loud. But I think that's where it is. There's someplace in there. We'll play around and figure that out eventually. If anybody knows in the chat, actually, let me see. Has anybody said anything in the chat? Oh, John Wayne's got to go. The old man didn't get his nap today. Aw.
Okay, so I did find the under accessibility and then audio visual. Down below, it says headphone notifications. So I've turned that off.
Phone. Oh, and they also have phone noise cancellation, and make sure that's on. That's what makes it to where you can have your corded headphones for your iPhone, and when you're flying, no one can tell that you are flying a Paramotor, even with the 185, which was really awesome.
Well, this is something interesting too.
Yeah.
In that audio visual, the same thing, the one on the top says headphone accommodations. If you click on that and tap it on, you can, I guess, change different tune, the sounds. And
I like that.
I think here's custom audio setting.
Let's see what custom does. Headphones no support. Only available for Apple and Beats headphones.
Well,
I got Apple,
big
so
pile of yuck.
I just got to plug in my Apple headphones, and I'll be able to change it, I guess. Get your Beats on, I suppose. Beats are good, but they don't have the noise canceling. My friend has
They're
those.
expensive too. How much was the Bose that you got?
I don't remember offhand. Let me look on Amazon, because I'm sure I got it on Amazon. So let's see, smile.amazon.com. Bose noise canceling headphones, and it's under the earbuds. So $249.
Oh, that's expensive.
Not really.
Dang.
I mean, I don't think it's expensive because it does what I need it to do.
Yeah, well, that's right.
I mean, before, when I was flying, when I was just putting in my, the pink, thingies, and then I put the cup over it, it was still loud as hell. Since I put the noise canceling buds in and turn it on with the cup over it, I tried it without the cup. Lots of wind noise. Couldn't really hear anything. The cup keeps the wind noise, and it makes it really enjoyable.
Well, I might have to revisit using the micro avionics again for phone and for the music. A lot of times it does work well for phone, but many times I'd be flying and all of a sudden there'd be someone there on the other end talking to me. Except,
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it just automatically answers the call. So maybe.
Oh, yeah, I have it set for auto answer too, because I don't want to fumble for my phone. even
Well,
though
I don't hear the doot-doot. I don't hear the noise that it makes. So
Oh,
just singing
so
along
oh,
and-
so you're just jamming along, having a good time, and all of a sudden it's like, hello, what? Who's there? That's funny.
yeah, man.
Well, what's going on, y'all? Any fun things coming up as far as in the paramotor community? Anything going on with, you know, a new fly-in with your motors, getting a new getting a new motor? I mean, what's going on? Anything good with the paramotor?
Well,
and paramotor?
I'll start.
Okay.
Eric and I went to a little mini fly-in where we went to school down at Mad City Paragliding. And after going to Bad Apples and Moonshiners and having some direction out on the runways, especially like at Bad Apples, being that my first one, you know, and having a pilot briefing, there was nothing like that at this little mini one. It was paragliding during the day. It was paramotors early morning, paragliding during the day, which was nice. And then there was paramotoring, of course, then in the evening, but chaos on the runway. Couple people not being, what's the words? Cooperative, safe. I felt safe. Just flying in circles, flying up and down the runway while people were trying to take off. Try to remember, not everybody's as good as the other people. And I heard a saying, fly to the show, don't be the show. I thought that was kind of a good saying, because a couple of these people were trying to be the show and they just weren't getting it. And it was pretty upsetting to me, at least, you know, and a couple other people, especially when we, Sunday morning, I was trying to land and I had to circle around at the end of the runway trying to come in 3 times because he kept flying back and forth up and down the runway. So.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to.
I understand that. Yeah, Bad Apples did a really good job.
Yeah.
Keeping everybody, you know, lined up, having the briefing and all that. The air marshals out there, or whatever you call them. I mean, they were directing everybody where they need to go, you know, holding up people, you know, before they take off to make sure that no one's flying over them this way. I mean, really good, very safety conscious. I was very happy with Bad Apples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, me too.
talk with Jade and find out.
Well,
They didn't do any directing at Purdon's, and there were, you know, there were some, you know, hangouts over the field, but all in all, I thought it went pretty darn well.
I've learned that you really got to watch your back on when you're out on the runway or even anywhere, because I've just learned you don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you see a lot of people that are getting ready to set up. They look behind them and all that stuff, and before you know it, somebody's doing a 180 and going right behind you. You know, not only messing up your air, but you know, now they're like right above you when you're trying to take off and launch. Like I said, I really like Bad Apples. They did a really good job. And I appreciate everybody over there.
Does anyone else get? I try to get out of my seat early when I'm coming into land at a fly-in, just so everybody knows
Yes.
I'm landing, you know. And I mean, because I don't know, not everybody does that, so you don't really know if someone's just doing a low pass or so. I don't know.
Yeah, I normally do not get out of my seat until I put my feet down. The way that the Angel's set up, you know, I can basically foot drag and then pull a brake and then just stand up. You know, I can come in for a landing sitting down until I stand up. So I don't even need to get out of my seat like a lot of other people do. However, when I was coming in for a landing, I did force myself to make myself look like I was out of my seat as us coming in, so the air marshals and other people could see that I am coming in for a glide and a regular landing. I didn't try to do any fancy schmancy landings or anything, because I wanted everybody to know, it's like, look, I'm coming in, here's my glide. You can tell from my glide where I am and where I'm going to land. Please don't, run into me. So yeah, I understand well.
Wonder if Walter from Australia is here.
Walter is, and he doesn't have his microphone set up because we cannot hear him, and he's not on mute. His microphone's not working. So Walter, your microphone's not working. Check your connection to see if it's plugged in or not. Anybody else have anything? It's we chatted for 45 minutes, and it's okay if we leave early if nothing's going on. We don't have a guest, but I would like to talk paramotors as long as you guys want to talk paramotors.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah,
Unless
bud.
What else does? Anyone
Yeah,
else?
go ahead, bud. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the Moster, of course, has more torque than the Atom. I mean, there's no way around that. The Power to Fly does a great job at managing that. However, you can't totally get rid of torque. So if you were doing a stabilized climb, not launch, but you're like at altitude and you want to just do a nice stabilized climb, does anyone use a little bit of trim to counteract the torque?
I grab my tip steering and just hold it down about an inch, and I can be full throttle and go straight. JP?
Yeah, if you pull like a half inch, an inch more out of your left riser, your left trim tab than you do the right trim, it'll counteract any. The thing is, once you get off the power, then you're gonna pull to the left a little bit. But yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because some wings are set up with that built in where you actually clip into the wing. There's two loops where your carabiner hook in is, and one will be like inside the other loop. So you can literally clip in and get a riser offset so that you're leaning one way or the other, which is essentially very similar to having uneven trims. But yeah, you can absolutely do that to offset small amounts of torque.
Cool.
Oh yeah, was that kind of different for you? Because an Atom 80 will torque off to the left, and a 185 is going to torque off to the right. Did that throw you off at all when you took off the first time?
It would have if the Atom 80 gave me any noticeable torque. I just didn't experience it. So I don't know if that was just the way it was set on the Maverick frame, or if they completely negated it. The power I didn't notice the torque on the Atom 80.
Okay, but you could really feel the torque on the 185.
Yeah, I know it's there. I mean, but it's certainly manageable.
Yeah, I don't even realize that there's torque anymore. I just know that when I take off, I'm just going to be going off to the right. So, I don't try to go straight. I know that I naturally am going to be turning off to the right. So when I take off, I just look at, what's off to the right, and I just know that I'm going to be taking that particular pattern. And usually I want to get up high, and then go over, the trees and stuff. So climbing at going to the right, I can get up high, and then I'm over the trees or over any obstacles or power lines. What do you guys do? Do you guys launch and go straight out, or do you guys circle or torque to the right, or what do y'all do when you take off?
I tend to go with the torque. I tend to kind of spiral, do like a right hand spiral, just because it kind of wants to go that way anyways. I feel like it's easier to do right hand turns on a Moster than it is left, and I imagine it's easier to do left hand turns on an Atom 80, depending on which way it's designed to naturally torque. I think, yeah, you can roll into the torque.
PPG Pooh Bear, he's got an Atom 80. Do you notice the torque? You're on mute.
I hate when we have problems like that.
Yeah, I haven't got the opportunity to check that yet.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I think I just been flying so much that I just think, I'm going to be turning a little bit off to the right and climbing. I don't even think about torque much. I mean, I know I can go straight if I need to. I can take off and turn to the left if I want to. It's just, to me, it's more like a safety thing. It's like if you're going to launch and, have your hands up, get that most lift and torque off to the right in a 185. However, PPG Tommy and we took off in a field, or not a field. He found this place. He said, come on over. It's right next to my house. You got to come over here. So we went over, and this place was like, it was hilly. I guess like a farm pasture. There was trees everywhere. Okay. So I had to take off going straight, and then I had to turn to the left, which is opposite torque, around a pole to get some height. So I actually had to take off to the left and climb. He said that when he saw me take off and I was turning and I was making that turn around that pole, he was like, oh my God. But that's when I had to come in and skim treetops. And then as soon as I was over the treetops, I had to pull big ears to dip down quick and land within this little area. It was the craziest little LZ that I've ever flown. And it's nice to know that you can, that you have the skills to be able to do something like that safely, even though it was kind of on the sketch side.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. Well, okay, regarding the torque on the Moster, so it naturally wants to turn
towards your right.
To the right. So to my mind, it would seem like if you were turning to the left, you'd be counteracting that torque. So
remember, once you're up in the air though, once your feet leave the ground, is different because, you're kiting and, stuff like that, and you're running. So, you have, your motor and the wing and the ground. But once your feet leave, now you have the opportunity to go full throttle. And when you do make that turn to the left, instead of, do you know how to make a really quick, tight 360? You pull to the right. Once you get there, then you pull both your brakes at the same time. They'll get you a tight, 360, and keep you up off the ground. So I had to go straight, get up, so I was actually flying, pulled this way. I was turning, and of course, you're going to drop down a little bit, but pulling both the brakes now I'm doing a slingshot, a 360 slingshot, and getting up in the air. Have you ever tried that when you're up in the air and you're doing like a spiral, right? And you're just pulling like the right, and your left hand is up, right? And you're going around. If you are in that turn, right, that spiral, pull both of them down at the same time, and that will get you a really quick 360.
It's a lot more energy, isn't it?
A lot more energy, exactly. And you can bleed it out going up. So you go, you turn, you pull, full throttle. You're making that that tight 360. You bleed it off, but you're bleeding off going up. The things that you learn at an SIV course.
Yeah, I was watching your video. It was where you deployed your reserve. You went in the water. That was pretty cool. It's like 90 seconds.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's neat to see, because you always wonder, it's like, all right, when there's an emergency, and we had the instructor say, reserve, right? So then it's like, all right, how long does it take to go? Okay, where is it? Okay, there it is. Throw it and deploy. How long does that take? Then when you're going down, it's like, all right, how long is it? I mean, what do we do? You're going down. It's like, now you're pulling in your line. So you got this big old stall ball in front of you, right? Because you don't want that thing to be reinflating and causing any problems. And how fast are you dropping? Just like we talked, was it last week or the week before, reserves are dropping at about 5.5 meters a second. It's like jumping off a house. I mean, that's pretty fast. And if I was landing on land instead of water, that would have hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. With the motor on too, right?
No, when you do
not the SIB in the real world.
The real world, you have the weight of your motor, right? That's why I got that Beamer 130. I got the biggest one I could get, steerable. So I'm hoping that if anything ever happens, I'll be able to flare at the very end and tippy toe down. The thought of coming down with a round or square reserve scares the crap out of me. And I know I'd be up there trying to fix that darn thing because I'd rather fix the canopy than pull a reserve and, slam down pretty hard. 5.5 meters a second.
Can't hear you, Walter. Can't hear me. Oh, I can barely hear you.
Sounds like you're way, way far. So it must be a settings thing. Yeah, this whole night it's all about settings. You got your good noise canceling on because we can't hear you at all. Anybody else have anything before we close tonight? We can talk for another hour. I don't care, but if we're all done talking, might as well close it up. Close shop, go fly, go kick back and relax until tomorrow.
What's Eric so busy working on?
I don't know. I see him is working on something.
He's
Eric?
talking to his daughter and he's building that net.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, before the show, Eric was saying that he builds his own nets for the paramotors because what did he say? It costs $400 or $500 for a replacement net?
Yeah, like $450, I think he said. And then he built mine, which is all pink. And he's had somebody come up to him either at Moonshiners or Purdon's or something. JP, what were you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. And he's got an order right now that he's working on. So he started it last night and I think he's maybe a quarter of the way done. So he said it takes about 8 hours sitting in his chair knitting.
Good for him, man. That's pretty cool.
Hey, that's cool.
It's easier to see everybody now.
Does that show up on YouTube too?
I hope so. I just noticed that. I'm like, what is this immersive thing? So now you guys are hanging down there chatting with me while I'm up here.
Let's see if it shows up on YouTube.
No,
I can pick your nose.
I don't see it. It looks like it's I just went no, darn it.
Nope, it doesn't.
That would be really cool. It's got like pictures of us at the very bottom of the screen, and we're all like silhouetted out and everything. Just looks really cool.
All right, let's see if we can do
It's
something.
like we're your minions or something.
It
Yeah.
does, doesn't it? Let's see if this does something different. So I can do like us, like we're hanging out, and doing an interview. So this is something that we might need to look into in the future when we have a guest. We want to talk back and forth and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And we can do a bunch of people. Let's see if like we're in a classroom. So hello everyone.
The background on YouTube, but it looks like it just makes it white.
Darn it. But this is cool right here though. If we can transfer the
Look at Walter.
You look so confused.
Oh, man.
The back row.
I need to do a picture. Is it Control Shift 4? 4F or F4?
Control Shift 3.
Why is the guy next to me not paying attention?
I don't know. He's a troublemaker.
So since
Sean, you're the teacher.
I am I don't know, maybe it looks like I'm actually looking at the teacher. I'm the straight A student guy apparently. right there at the very front.
Hear me?
Oh yeah, Walter from Australia.
Oh, Mr. Cotter, Mr. Cotter.
Now we look like potted plants.
Hey, JP, can you screenshot this and show this so people can see what the heck we're talking about, since it's not showing up on YouTube, which sucks. I wish it was.
Ready.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So here we are. This is what we see. And let me change it back to the could you guys see this part right here as far as like us talking on YouTube, or did that not show up either?
It's just a white flat background.
Just white background?
Yeah, but I mean, you can see you, but the background is completely white.
Darn it.
I can see a staircase and shelves and a drawing board or menu board, whatever it is, and Jade.
Well, you're on Zoom.
So
Yeah.
only people on Zoom can see this.
Oh, okay.
Why is it not going all the way up? Man, this would be great if it was on.
And then today, let's see. Oh, I bought a van, a little
On YouTube. I don't know how to change that though. Oh well. This is pretty neat. We might have to change it.
Does this sound a little bit better? You can hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because
I don't know why my microphone was turned down.
so
Can I just mention something? Can we go back to the radios and headsets and phones? Will, I know you fly with Air Radio, and I think
got a little one. So
Jade and Eric do. Can you hear the radio while you're,
and selling it.
if you're listening to music or listening to a phone call, can you hear your radio over the top, like
A
aircraft?
phone call, yes. The radio, no. I had to turn the volume down on the radio or just stop it altogether.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, because you fly out of an airfield,
Miles ahead of the game.
Will, so you've got to use yours.
Yeah, pretty much when I'm using the av radio, it's all business. So I mean, I just turn off the music
Yeah.
altogether so I can pay attention to it.
Sean, it looks like we're waiting for dinner or something.
Yeah, this is
This is the one I'd love the chat to see. I mean, that to me, that looks so cool.
Well, yeah, just, I mean, it helps you.
let me go ahead and see if I can share this real quick so they can see what we're talking about. See what we're talking about, eh? All right. This is great. Oh, now I got to get back to, where am I?
Are you doing that with Zoom?
Yeah, it's a new feature that Zoom has. That way, we can see everybody and see what's going on. And I think that when you guys actually talk, though, your background is white. It's not. How would I be able to share this?
Yeah. I'm making money off the business.
Can you see that? Did that work or no? Nope, that didn't work. That's not it.
I am.
Oh, everyone can see the immersive view now. Oh, everyone here can see it. Hey.
I landed the Giants, Sean.
That is so funny. I would really wish that the rest of y'all can see this.
Who's the little people?
Who's the little people?
Hey, Sean, did you read my color code for your shed, your garage?
For my what?
For your garage.
What? Oh, no.
Go and have a look. It's a good color scheme, I think.
Well, tell me what it is.
You paint red on the bottom third, and the 2/3 above light blue, like sky blue. So when you hang your paramotors, that you could see them, you know, on the light blue background sky color.
That would be really cool.
And I did have something for your floor. I just said put vinyl or something down, vinyl tiles or vinyl, so you can clean it, you can mop it, you know.
So can you guys see the screen now? This is what we can see on Zoom. All the, you know, I'm talking, then everybody else is below me. Below me, not below me. That's pretty neat. Too bad everybody else. I don't know how to get this right here to YouTube. Now that would be spectacular.
Also, I said about some LED lights. You put your shelves up, right? You're going to have shelves or something.
Right.
Put the LEDs. It's like we're in school. Put the LEDs up underneath your shelf so it doesn't hit you in the face.
Yeah, I like the up
all the way around.
Lighting. Yeah, the up lighting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that'll look all right too.
Yeah, I think uplighting would be good because the ones that I have right now are just way too bright.
Yeah. Well, see, there's your contrast there. Blue where the clock is and the red on the side. It looks pink, but a nice red would look nice down the bottom of your garage. And the light blue where you hang everything, you hang your paramotors, whatever, and they would show up.
Were you trying to say something, Willfly? Because you're on mute, by the way. You know that, right?
It got me.
What'd you say?
My disease.
I was just asking if you were still sharing your screen, but you're not. I don't think.
Oh, no, I turned it off.
You're gonna. I don't know what the heck.
Could you see it when I shared the screen?
Yeah.
So lots of interesting stuff. There's a whole conversation going on in the background of this broadcast. Yes, there is.
Where's Chef Shane? Not on tonight.
What's that?
Where's Chef Shane?
Oh, he's in the chat. But he's kicking back and relaxing at home.
I was going to say the photo of the hills, whatever it was, with the fog. It almost looked like a waterfall. Did you guys see that picture?
Who was it?
Shane.
Oh, no, I didn't see that yet.
With some mountains or hills, and the fog looked like it was falling off the edge, like a waterfall. Looked quite impressive. Very impressive.
There, it's on. Oh, but I don't. There it goes.
Look at you.
There's that naughty kid in the class.
The naughty kid in the class.
Oh, geez.
And the other one with his head down, not paying attention.
Yeah,
Eric.
That's Eric.
He's playing with his phone.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Is this
Growing
through
up.
OBS or what is it? What program?
Oh, it's Zoom.
Oh,
You
it
just
is?
go up to view, and you got speaker view, gallery, and
Oh,
then,
I did see that, and I was scared to hit that.
and then immersive, and then you can hit manual or automatic. So on something like this, it's you and me if we want to, but only here on Zoom.
Right.
This would be perfect for if we were able to get this on YouTube, but it's not working that way. And then if I want to, I can change it where I can take you off of there and have JP Tulo jump on. So now me and JP are chatting.
What
What?
happened?
See us on Zoom?
Oh, what are we making? We're in the kitchen.
Yeah, I guess so. Or I can,
Coming.
or Walter and I can be in the kitchen and we can make something real quick. Is
Yeah,
that
someone bring out that lasagna, will you? Bring the kitchen now.
Now we need to figure out how we can get this to where other people can see what we're talking about, because I'm trying to talk, dude, I'm trying to talk to you, but you're doing this. I don't know what you're doing.
And it doesn't take much to get me excited about stuff. I think that's really cool. Paramotor NC did say that he did not feel any torque on his Atom 80 for.
Oh, that's just too much. I
I
could
just
probably.
told him to look at the screen.
Talking about power, as we say in drag racing, there's no compensation for cubic inches. So the more power you got, I think the better off you are, or especially with people my size. Maybe Jade don't need a 300cc Cosmos, but
Not yet.
probably go better on your trike though, I'm sure.
I do.
JP was going to get a Cosmos, strap it on his back.
I want to foot launch that bee. You wait and see.
I would like
You
to see
wait and
it.
see.
I
You
want.
got one?
I want to design like Walter. I want to design a trike that's still under 254 pounds, but I want to get a 4-stroke water cooled motor on it, and
Yep. At least a 250, somewhere around there. I reckon it would be ample. 300 would be better if you're going to be double up and
Well,
a bigger chute.
Tell me this. I think I've heard that 2-stroke motors are almost twice as powerful as their 4-stroke counterparts.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
a 185, a Moster 185 2-stroke. Comparable for a 4-stroke would probably be a 250. Am I right? Is that correct?
I think you'd need bigger than that as well. Usually it's double. So if you got a 185, you'd need 300 4-stroke. Most of the 4-strokes are bigger, but they're also heavier, being bigger.
Heavier, and it would get much better economy too.
Yeah.
Less maintenance, right?
Less
Yeah.
maintenance.
Yep. A bigger engine would be more economical, yes. And you'd have a lot more torque. Not that it's not noticeable, I don't think, the torque on a Monster 185, because it's got a good power range all the way through, but generally 2-strokes tend to be torquey around a certain power curve, where a 4-stroke, you've got torque from way down low.
Mm-hmm.
And also less revs. So longevity, the engine should last longer. A lot less maintenance, other than doing things like tappets and stuff like that. But
Other than what? Other than
tappets.
tappers?
Tappets. Your 4-stroke have a camshaft with.
They're called
push rod.
lifters here in the US.
Oh, lifters, yeah.
A lifter is the the part that rides on the cam. Then
Right.
you push rod and they go up to a little rocker, and it does that, which opens and closes your valve. And the rockers, I'll say they're rockers because that's the proper name for it. The lifter is the one that touches the cam, right? And usually they're either solid or hydraulic, and most of them these days are hydraulic. And if they're really special, they're hydraulic roller. So they have a little roller on the bottom, which is less friction And then they can also change the cam profile. The cam is what opens and closes your valve, the duration and all of that.
Walter
no
just
telling
changed our $6,000 paramotor to a $12,000 paramotor.
Well, yeah, you know, the thing is here in Australia, I don't know if it's the same over there. You can't buy a two-stroke motor for a bike, motorboat. You know,
You can
everything's four-stroke now. That goes in the water, so you're not releasing oil into the water, into the dams, into the rivers, into the ocean. You know, your two-stroke, naturally, it's going to burn a lot of oil and come out your exhaust in the water, and it goes into the water. So they've outlawed two-strokes out here in boats. And every engine is, these days, are four strokes with fuel injection and everything, which makes them a lot more economical and power-wise, they're a bigger engine, of course, but a lot quieter than a four-stroke, than a two-stroke. So, you know, you can see there are some four-strokes around, but the market hasn't really produced anything good apart from like, what's their names? They produced a Trike with the four-stroke, black. Oh, come on.
Oh, the English company begins with the B.
No. In America, Mike and Mike.
Black Hawk?
Black Hawk, yes. They're, and I believe that's 1,000 cc. So, you know, that's the sort of size engine you would need on a Trike, I would say. You know, mine being a 500 cc two-stroke, you'd probably need near enough to 1,000 cc to produce the same sort of power, but a lot more torque, hence less RPM, better prop reduction, and less RPM, less fuel, everything else.
might be able to also change the pitch of your prop if you're doing something like that too, to make it more efficient.
Yeah. Because they have more torque and a lot less RPM, so your prop would be quite different. You know, like you said, a lot more pitch, probably a bigger prop for more torque, and a lot more thrust.
One of the things that I was looking into or trying to figure out is, would it be better to have your trike moving forward without the prop going when you initially get the wing to come up behind you? Pretty much like when we foot launch. You know, when we foot launch, we just go forward and it goes up and doesn't get caught in that wash. So what I was thinking, and one of the things I'm going to try to design here, maybe it's not going to work, but having the wheels actually turn on electric power, moving you forward to push that wing up, so you don't have to, you know, use the prop.
I think that would be a lot of extra cost that you don't really need.
Extra cost, extra weight. You're gonna struggle with traction.
Yeah. The thing is, Sean, is in most cases, it's just like flying a kite when there's no wind. You got to move forward. Okay. Now, the chute goes through the prop wash. It goes up that fast that it doesn't really matter. I have had sometimes the chute gets caught in that position, and it's just like a big break. So I just got to back off, let the chute settle again, and I do have to reset and try again. Whether it's my type of chute a lot of them don't do that. They just come up and above.
Maybe it can be gearing. Maybe it could be gearing. So instead of the prop spinning, what I'm trying to think about is how can we keep that prop and try how can we make this a little bit safer? Because prop spins, you get, especially for like students, teaching students how to fly, and to be safe as possible. I mean, we've seen way too many people getting hurt with props. So maybe there could be a gearing thing that we can do to where the tires turn. And then once it goes to a certain point, then the prop can turn as you're actually going. I don't know. There's just so many different.
Yeah, mechanically, that would take too much. It would be expensive, would be heavy.
Well,
Look, with mine, I've never caught a line in my prop. Now, it's where they sit on the cage, right? And then they go back to the ground. And really, once the chute's up, say 30, 40 degrees off of the ground, my cables, my lines are nowhere near the prop. They've already cleared it.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with launching a trike either, but I'm just trying to think of, maybe some ways of making a cage to where, students could practice without the prop spinning.
What they do is I've seen people, they build like a lawnmower sort of thing, and there's no prop at all. And but it's not designed to fly. It's designed for training, and it's a lawnmower, and you use it to, you've got a throttle, and your throttle is in this hand, but it's turning the wheels, which propel you forward, and you can use that to kind of control.
So you still got a makeshift cage on the back.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's designed just to give a student a feel.
Yeah, for us, for our training, they pulled us in the trike. They hook a rope to our trike, and they pulled us just to get the wing up. We didn't even have the motor running. We got the wing up, and we were just kiting the wing down the field, and they were just pulling us. That's part of the training with the trike.
Eric, you're right. I've seen Gorilla do it just of recent with his people strapped in, and he just pushes the trike, gets the chute up, just so they can feel what it's like before they get into the air with the motor.
Yeah, and then also you were saying about the prop. When we were at Moonshiners, there was somebody, I think it was actually with a powered parachute. They must have had a gearbox. They were shifting gears to get different speeds of that prop. And you could hear them physically changing gears.
Wow.
So, but as I said, it was a home build. I think it was a powered parachute. I really wanted to go over there and look for it. I just, I would see a butterfly and I was thinking of something else. So I have a very, very short attention span.
I thought he was going to say, I have a very short, oh, look, a butterfly.
All right.
He must have had a motorbike engine or something like that with a gearbox in it.
I don't know what he had, but it actually sounded like a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower, and
okay, yeah,
you could hear it shifting gears. I had no idea what he had.
I know that some people will connect a cage, or not, like a trike cage to a makeshift golf cart, and use that to pull, so they can get the wing up and practice, kiting that way too.
I don't think Shane would appreciate if we tore his golf cart up to make a practice trikes.
I think we might need to ask him and see if we actually don't ask him. It's better to ask for forgiveness, right? Is that how it is? And Mark McElroy said the sport's too small for too much engineering.
Yeah. I don't understand why you're even thinking of that. If you've got a good cage that's bigger than your prop, see, my prop is virtually behind my cage. It's not like a paramotor where the prop is on the outside of the cage, if you know what I mean, like back behind the cage. there might be a bit more worrying about the lines, but my prop is within my cage. And the lines really can't get in there. I mean, if it gets sucked in, perhaps, but I've never had that trouble. Yeah, just way too much engineering for what you're thinking of doing. The cost and, as I said, the weight to do that. You know, we drive our trikes around without the chute, and they move. They're fast.
I do too. I like that. That's the most fun.
Yeah.
I think I have more miles riding around on the grass than I do up in the air with my trikes.
Well, we saw Dave Wolf nearly take off with no wing at one of the fly-ins. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, he got air.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Now,
There was a race,
I've done
wasn't it? It was a trike race.
JP, I've done it with a remote control powered parachute that I built, and basically it took off. I lost range. I didn't have the aerial up. It was an old, FM type radio, and this thing took off across the field, got the bounce up, lifted the front wheel, and it went about 8-9 feet in the air, gyrated, and came back to the ground. And that's what I thought David Wolf was going to do almost, because it took off one wheel, and a little bit more, he would have been both wheels off the ground and ass overhead for sure. Yeah, no, that they are fast. I've seen guys at our airfield do 140, not 140 mile an hour, but what's that? At least 80 miles an hour across the ground. Yeah, they're fast.
That's one of the things I'd like to do, is to get one of those hang gliders and connect that hang glider to a trike, and just haul. I mean, because hang gliders go a lot faster than our PPCs or PPGs. So I was thinking that'd be really, really cool to be able to have a hang glider. It could, attach that and just haul.
Well, they're not much different to a normal trike. They just have a bar going up and a couple of lines that attach their wing, and away they go. But yeah, they are a lot faster. But my powered parachute on the ground, 4 seconds, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm doing about 60 knots, which is 120, 110 Ks, 115 Ks an hour. That's a good 60, 70 mile an hour. It's fast. And I've got brakes. I've got brakes.
I don't have brakes, but I had my Fly Sky High on just to see how fast I was. So I was at the sod farm, and I went full throttle, and I got up to 55, 60 miles an hour, and I'm like, let go. And I tried to slow down. I couldn't believe, and I was not even at top speed. I mean, I was just.
Sean, if you count the actual seconds, you think about it, right? Go back to that moment, flat out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you probably let off by then.
Oh, yeah.
That's how quick mine is. 4 seconds. I haven't even got to full throttle, because I apply my throttle, apply the power, and I haven't even got to full throttle, and I'm doing like 60 knots across the ground. Yeah,
I dig trikes. I love trikes. I'm definitely going to have to make a really good, solid trike.
Just make a solid trike. And what I did, I mean, you can get normal brakes and put them on the back. But what I did, my suspension and everything that I have at the front is virtually the same as a mountain bike. You know how they have the disc on the front and the caliper? Yeah. I mean, I've burnt 2 sets of pads. They're only about an inch and a quarter by an inch and a quarter. And when you're doing fast speeds and use your brakes, it uses the pads up. But normal flying, when you land, you're not going fast.
No, we use them as dune buggies.
Yeah, but that's an easy way to put a brake on, is just use use something like that. But, you know, you get a lot of wheels today with either disc or drum brake, can be cable, can be hydraulic. And it's good to have that control. You know, if you're getting a little bit out of whack, just apply a bit of brake, slows you down a little bit, you know, especially when you're using it as a buggy.
Absolutely. It is 8:30, guys. I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me this evening and talking paramotors. Had a blast. Anybody else have any last thoughts before we sign out today? No last thoughts? Do we miss any?
Any flyings coming on?
Yeah, you can find that over at ppgzone.com. They got all the fly-ins that are coming up. Anyway, well, thank you very much, guys, for hanging out with me. We have Will Fly. We can find him at Will Fly PPG. Tell us a little bit about your YouTube and the stuff that you put on all your cool shenanigans.
God like flying paramotors and love making videos about it. You can find me on YouTube under Will Fly or willflyppg.com.
.com. I love it. Oh, what's who's sharing that?
Will Fly.
Sharing it? Okay.
.com.
Okay, there we go. And see who else we got here. Oh, JP, since you're sharing, just go ahead and show us your JP Tulo stuff. Look at all those tabs you have open.
Man,
Yeah. I get lost in my tabs.
So JP Tulo.
Boom. Look at that handsome devil.
Yeah.
Man, look at that.
Hey, I just broke 400.
Wow.
Congratulations.
401. That's awesome.
Kind of a big deal.
Tulo. How's your TikTok going?
Yeah, so JP Tulo on YouTube, JP Tulo on TikTok, and JP
also
Tulo
got the
on
gram.
Instagram.
You also got the gram.
On the gram. So, whoa.
Whoa, my goodness gracious.
Oh,
Ah!
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay. TikTok Tulo, are you above Pink Flamingo?
Pink Flamingo.
Yeah, Flying Flamingo Jade.
Flamingo Jade.
She does a podcast on Wednesdays. Can you tell us a little bit about your podcast, Flying Flamingo Jade?
Sure. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. And Krista, Cupcake Krista and I, we interview females in any type of aviation. So if anybody's interested in sharing their story of how they got started in paramotoring, hot air balloons, skydiving, jumping off of cliffs, I haven't heard that one yet, but if you got any cool stories, everybody is willing to listen and ask lots of questions.
It looks like you're live right now on your page. What's going on with your live show? So you got 15 people watching you. How do you get to you on here?
Well, that was
Paramotorgirl.com.
Yep, you can go to paramotorgirl.com or Flying Flamingo Jade, and you can also check me out on Instagram. I try to keep up with JP, and TikTok, Flying Flamingo 12.
Awesome.
Have you got a guest this week, Jade?
I do. Another gal from Ohio. She's a foot launch paramotor pilot.
Oh, good.
Yep.
And in case you don't know, in case you're listening, what JP Tulo is doing, he's showing us all of the different social medias that we're talking about. Flying Flamingo 12. That you?
Yep. That's mine.
Well, why is he not subscribed yet? Why is he not following you?
I'm not logged in, actually. You can see in the top right corner, I'm not logged into TikTok because who TikToks on their computer? Not me, I TikTok on my phone.
Don't TikTok on the computer. That's just silly.
Okay.
Make sure you hit that follow when you do go over to Flying Flamingo 12.
So my most recent video there is this last weekend. We were trying to set up our computer or our camper, and little Coco, the little white dog, she was white. I thought she took off into that cornfield. She came out of a green little reservoir of green water. Her face
Oh.
was white and she was green.
Oh,
Dogs are wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
All right. Let's see who's next. Oh, your hubby, Eric, also known as ppglear.com. Tell us about all of your videos. What you're up to, about 3,000 videos and 5 million subscribers?
Yeah, please do not show my YouTube. It's quite embarrassing. But you can always find my friends, Will, Jade, Shane, JP, find everybody, and also Mark. We find everybody on YouTube and watch their videos. I don't really do much with the videos. I'm too busy fixing what I broke the last weekend. So
That's so
You
fun.
find all your friends and Mark. Is that what you said?
All my friends and Mark. Is that Mark McElroy?
Mr. McElroy, that did not come out the way it sounds. Please do not hold that against me next time.
All my friends and that Mark McElroy guy, I watch him too.
Yeah, exactly. So,
That was
but yeah,
brilliant.
I don't do much, but you can, if you really want to look, you can find me at ppglear.com.
And you have 33 subscribers, so please, guys, go over to ppglear.com. Hit that.
Oh, I'm up to 33. JP, you thought you were a big deal. Look at that.
Oh my goodness gracious. Walter, what you got
Yes,
going
sir.
on down under?
Going for my license next week, so won't be long and I'll get re-registered and licensed for my machine, and hopefully be in the air within a month or two.
That would be awesome. You need to come over here so you can fly with us.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. We'll see next year and how funds go. Trying to work it out, and it's not cheap, so we'll see how we go.
Video, Walter.
Hey, get here.
Video.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Oh,
Will? What'd you say, Will?
I said, take video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to see.
Oh,
it.
yes. As I said, it'll be in raw form because I don't know how to do editing yet. I've got to learn that. Maybe in the next couple of months, I'll wrap my head around it. Will
That's
does
what
a
we
good
need to
job.
do.
Will does a good job of editing. I'd have to sit with him if I come over there, and he can show me how to do it.
That's what we need to do. We need to have like a classroom and talk about how we, edit our videos and maybe do like maybe do one of these Mondays. We just talk about how do we edit, our videos, how do we put in sounds, how do we do these different things. I think that'd be pretty good. Maybe that's something that we need to do one of these days when we don't have a guest. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I say good idea.
All right.
'Cause,
Yeah, it definitely
I'll
sounds
put-
good. Hey, I got one thing to ask the paramotor community that's out there. Everybody knows that we have somebody that watches the show. His name is Kelby Cox. He's one of the Resurgence guys, and he is looking for a 28-meter wing, 24 to 28. So if anybody's got a wing that they would like to get rid of, preferably for free. I know that probably ain't gonna happen, but we need to find a wing for Kelby so he can join us and fly with all of us.
Right on.
So I have a mission to find a wing for him, and I would like to do that. So if anybody could help out, that would be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, that
And
would-
how do we get up with if someone is listening to this and has a wing? How do we get up with you, or what do we do?
Me, I can get a wing to Kelby or Kelby himself. He's on here watching. So I know he's going to be getting a trike soon, and he needs a wing.
Okay. So you can email me, ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Make sure you put in the title, Kelby Cox, or free wing, or reduced wing, or whatever you want to Sade, so I know that you got a wing for Kelby, and I will pass this information on over to Eric, and we will get it over to Kelby. So that'd be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, that
can
would be
I
good.
say something? I was watching a aircraft. I can't remember the name of the guy. He does a lot of vlogs for aircrafts, and he was talking about rules and that in the FAA that's changing and stuff. And he did mention Part 103, no changes. So, I think you guys are pretty safe. They don't plan on doing anything with Part 103.
No, they don't want to regulate us. There's just way too many people that are flying. Plus, it's all experimental anyways. And, if we hurt somebody, it's our fault. I mean, that's the way the rules are anyways. We hurt somebody or we drop something from a paramotor and it damaged property, we're at fault. It's just the way it is. So
yeah, that's the difference here is we, with our license, we carry, I think it's $10 million in third-party property. So we don't have to worry if we crash into a field and put it on fire, wheat field or, any damage, which puts my mind at rest. I'd hate to be in your shoes if something went wrong.
we're so light, I think we just bounce off of things. We do more damage to ourselves than anything else, I think.
So in Australia, you carry $10 million in your pocket whenever you go flying?
Yeah. I can sign a check.
I need a job
Australian
over there.
dollars, though. They're Australian dollars. So what is that? 20?
Australian dollars, yeah, it's probably about seven million.
$7
million.
million.
Yeah. Eric, can I ask you a question? What's your all-up weight of your trike with you in it?
A guy don't kiss and tell. Let's see. Well, I weigh around 200.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe 90 pounds for the trike.
Is that all?
Yeah, I can't convert that to Australian pounds, but I can say that is about what it is here. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of variables there because you have. I do carry lights. I do carry a reserve. I am in U.S. airspace, not Australian airspace, so I don't know the gravity difference. I mean, there's a lot of variables there that I can't help you out.
Well, he's upside down and in the future. So, it's a lot of variables.
Correct. And also in the wintertime, I have probably 30 pounds of Arctic gear on to keep warm.
Yeah. No, I was just curious on what your trike weighs.
I would say it probably close to 100 pounds. Now, I tell you, I fly a 28-meter wing. I flew a 31-meter wing.
Yep.
This weekend because somebody cannot stop snapping lines, and it's my own fault, but I like a 130 prop instead of a 125 prop. So my prop is the same width of my hoop because it gives me more bite. But anyways, so I was flying a 31-meter wing, same wing that I fly, even the same colors. So let me tell you, if you want to make a wing over or a spiral down or something look really sloppy, go to a bigger wing. Because let me tell you, it does not look as pretty.
But you have more lift, right? I mean, a lot more lift.
Yeah, you're floaty. You come out of like a wing over, and you don't mean to make another wing over, but the thing just has so much lift and it's lofty. It's like a pillow. And I can honestly say I don't like that.
Oh, really? I got a 28-meter wing also, and I always feel so heavy on it. I would love to go fly with a 30 or 30, something meter wing.
Once you go to a bigger wing, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the loftiness. I would like to go to a 24-meter wing and make it the exact wing, just 24, or just to
24.
see the difference. And I think what it would be is, and I don't know this, somebody else may know this. I think it would be, you pull a little bit of brake or a little bit of your tip steering and you are there. It's like rails.
Yeah.
I think that's what it would be like. So I would like to know, just personally, I would like to know what that's like, because I may want to go to a spicier wing, not for like doing acro or anything, just because to be a little heavier on that wing and seeing how it flies.
Yeah, you
So-
go faster, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I fly 20.
But you also got to think about power out, because you're going to come down at an incredible rate with that smaller wing.
Oh yeah.
I always thought I like my glide ratio, and mine ain't, because I'm so heavy, not me, but the machine as well, both of us. I'd like more glide ratio, so I'm not coming down at 600 foot a minute, you see, with engine out. If I was to do a power off landing, I've got to get it right, otherwise I'll smack into the ground pretty hard.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. Yeah.
What were you saying, Will?
Yeah.
I was saying I fly a 23 meter. I mean, man, you on a 24 meter with your trike?
Yeah.
Well, no, foot launch.
Oh,
Foot launch.
Okay. Yeah, that's different.
I can't
Also-
imagine anything smaller than my 28 meter, because right now with my 28 meter, I like in nil wind taking 8 or 10 steps and being up in the air instead of running across, a parking lot, when it got a good breeze, it's like an elevator. I love it. I can't imagine going to something smaller where I actually had to run and exert, energy.
Right.
Yeah, I suppose if you're lighter, perhaps like Eric, something smaller, but there's both ends of the scale. One's going to give you more lift, one's going to make you descend quicker and more speed. So really depends on how you fly.
Well, as I said, I would just like to try it just to see what it's like. Not that I advise it, only because you are now way overrated or overloaded on that wing. So
Yeah.
it would just be, I like to see how things react
Mm-hmm.
with, different, when you put different combinations together.
If you get a wing like that, why don't you come over to where I am, and we got that tow machine. We could tow you up so you can feel what it feels like, really quick. And that way you can actually feel it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So now, if anybody's in the chat that has a free 23 meter wing, you can donate that to Eric Lear so he can try this out.
He's on a mission.
I am.
Absolutely.
No, it would be something to try. Not that I would fly with it forever. I really do. And I will probably never outfly. I have a 28 meter Mac Paracharger. I honestly will probably never outfly that. I will definitely replace every line known to man in that. And I think Michelle and I are on a first name basis now. But if you ever need lines replaced, lines in a day, Michelle, man, I called this morning. She has them sent in the mail already. But anyways, yeah, so I don't think I'll ever outfly that wing because I'm not looking to get into acro or anything. Every now and then when Jade's not looking, I will do something, but I try to keep it very safe. I've seen
How or why are you damaging so many lines there?
because on my trike, and it's only on my trike. I don't do it on my phone. On my trike, a 130 prop is right on the outside of right at my hoop width.
Yeah, yeah.
And I use that because of the fact that gives me a good grip with the air. Now I have a 125 3-blade that I replace or I put on when, like this 31 meter that I was flying, I knew that I'm cutting it close with my blade. So I put the 125 on because I didn't want to wreck his stuff. So I do that. And I'm not a big fan of the 3-blade. It's annoying to listen to the
Yeah,
harmonics
Yeah.
on it. It vibrates all over the place. It turns way too many RPMs. I really wish maybe it had a little more pitch and the same width, the 125.
And not a good thrust either.
No, it's not a good thrust. I mean, it's eye candy is what it is to
Yes.
me. For the trike, it is, I just do it so I can fly other people's wings. I will continue to fly my 130. I will have to maybe do something else to protect my lines a little bit, but it's only on takeoff, and I try to get my lines away from my hoop as much as I can. And every now and then I will catch one. And I've
can
I
you
don't
get a
care.
big cage?
huh?
Can you order a bigger cage?
Yes, but bigger is more weight. So I just
Yeah,
took
wouldn't-
off.
Wouldn't be much though. Wouldn't be much, Eric. You're
Well, I
only
just
probably
took off
talking-
a big cage, and I put on a Gravity Defiant that I got from Pariswag, and I love it. It's an awesome cage. It is lightweight. I think that it was a good move. It's just it's a smaller diameter cage. I know that. I'm just going to have to figure out something to, maybe I need to dull my tips so they're not as sharp. So
Just the tip.
That's
just
what
yeah.
she said, right? Well, it looks like JP Tool needs to go. We're rolling up on 9 o'clock. We're dropping down to only 15 people that are listening to us, and I think that we're most of the people right here in the on the panel that are watching it. So, on that note, thank you guys very much for listening. Anybody have anything last words before we head on out? I didn't mean to cut you off, Eric.
Oh,
No, if I keep talking, you'll lose more people. So I'll shut up.
Oh my goodness, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, tomorrow is Shane going to be doing a show? Do you know? As far as I know, Shane is doing a show tomorrow, so make sure you run over to Shane's show tomorrow over at PPG Shane. On Wednesday, we got Flying Flamingo Jade at paramotorgirl.com. Y'all have a wonderful evening. If you want to check out my crazy shenanigans, you can always go to iflyparamotors.com. Seriously, I can't believe nobody got that .com.
I got it.
What's that?
I got it. I said .com.
I know, right? .com. Hey, you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you tomorrow over at ppgshane.com.
Cheers, everybody.
Peace. Have a great evening. I'm Audi 5000.